Welcome to our studio, Coach Rob Carter. And Coach, I hope you're feeling better this morning.
I am. I'm feeling great. That's what I said.
Well, you don't look no better. You don't look no better.
I don't look no better. No, that's probably right. My wife says every time I go, I should have gone and got a haircut yesterday, and shaved well. But yeah, I do feel a lot better, and most of our team does. We missed a bunch the week before, and had an opportunity for other kids to get to play a lot and practice a lot. But hopefully the flu has slowed down a little bit. But other than that, we're still going at it.
Yeah, Sylacauga and Piedmont tonight, final game of the season for Sylacauga. It seems so odd because usually you're talking about playoffs, but it's been an odd year for sure for high school football.
It has. Yeah, we're playing Piedmont and it's senior night and all that, the glamour that goes behind, those guys' last game, football game of high school, wearing the Aggies uniform, and that's what, we've stressed, and definitely, to me, it's going to kill me because I lose mine.
Not bad.
He's a senior and he's missed a few weeks and has missed it totally every Friday night. He said, man, there's nothing like high school football. Now I know what you're talking about. You don't have the opportunity to get out there on that field and run through the sign, feel that atmosphere. He said, luckily, I'm able to go back and play this last game. That's what I told the kids last week. You sat home and you watched other games or you went to games, and now you got an opportunity to go, wait a minute, whoa, this is reality. Mm-hmm. The seniors. This is my last opportunity to play for the Aggies and wear that uniform and represent the city of Sylacauga, and had a real good week. Of course, we got a great task ahead of us again. The #1 quarterback in the state coming in from Piedmont. Yeah. #1 all-time touchdown leader.
He can throw it too.
He can run and throw it. He's a winner. I love watching those kids. I can't wait to shake his hand. And good luck to him. He'll be and just knowing Steve Smith, the coach there, me and him have been pretty close. I just know that it's going to be a great challenge, but also against a team that's you're going to see make run again in 3A. They're a really good football team all throughout. But
they've won several state championships.
They have 2 in a row, I think, and looking at probably challenging for that third one. Of course, he'll tell you just like any of us, it's one game at a time, but. He's got a really good football team and 22 seniors. So our kids have worked hard this week. And, man, it just, I guess maybe because it's been nice outside or whatever, but the attitude and the pep in the steps, you'd have thought it would playoffs, and we're treating it like that. So look forward to playing Piedmont.
Coach Rob Carter Show brought to you by Stop and Shop Auto Sales on 1st Street in Sylacauga. This Aggie football team has faced all kind of adversity this year, from being young to being inexperienced to having injuries to playing marquee football teams seem like week in and week out.
That's right. And like I said, Steve is probably well known in the state about, Piedmont's coach, just an ambassador of the sport around. And he called me and he said, man, you've got a good team better than the record. He said, I said, well, we probably got down a little bit, of course, but he said, you've played teams that are 75, and he'd already knew all this, 75 and 20, or 25, I don't remember what it was, but which was unheard of, the schedule-wise. I said, well, we're proud of that. I mean, that's what we hang our hat on. We played some of the best, hung in there for half or whatever, and, those things, but the kids, outside, you might hear stuff, but inside, that they are, continue to go and understand the challenge, and proud of who they played and gone up against. And you hear them talk a lot about, did you see so-and-so, Moody or, Leeds, and they were talking about it. And of course, they've lined up against the best and played some of the best players this year, in the entire 5A and some others. I think Ben Russell, this playoff team, 9 of our 10 opponents will go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
that says a lot.
That's right, sure does.
Do you approach this game being the final game of the season, knowing there's no playoffs? Do you approach it any differently than you would any other time?
I do. I told you it's an advantage for us as far as for the future, for looking at some stuff and getting kids some playing time and making them realize they got to get in the weight room off season when they line up against people. So, yeah, we do. We approach it definitely different. Like I said, it gives us an extra couple weeks of spring. Yeah. That's kind of what we're approaching it like. So, you're still going to compete to the best. We're going to put our guys out there, get our seniors as much reps as they can, because it is their
Talk about this senior group.
Good group, a small group. We only had probably you know, we had a couple of additions to it, 12 seniors, and, you know, 8 of them I knew had been there. I think we maybe added a couple of guys, but lost some. Real close group. You know, we had dinners with them. Chris Sylacauga did a great job of working character, Ed with them and that sort of deal, and helping me talk to them about those kind of things we want to change from year to year, you know, where you see that really getting their input. And they're a good group. I'm going to miss their attitude. There is no doubt how they worked in the weight room in off season, really stayed close together, did a lot of things. Like we'll have dinner tonight on Thursday nights. Our seniors go. In fact, every class will have a dinner tonight at different places. So we're really trying to keep the kids close together. That's what it's about. It's the relationships. It's not about getting a scholarship. All those are pluses, but it's about the relationship and representing Sylacauga the best we can, you know. And so, like I said, when we're under that TV or you guys are broadcasting across the state, we want to make sure we're, you know, setting a good example for the state that Sylacauga is a great place. Sure. This is your kids you're going to see work, you know, out there, and our attitudes are great and they're working hard. And I told you, hire this group if you can. I mean, they're in the lowest of low as far as wins and losses, and they're still coming every day. They're not making excuses, or they line up and they do what they're asked to do as hard as they can. You know, I can't go beyond enough to say what the senior class has brought to as far as this program and the personality, attitude, and characteristics. And it's just I appreciate their parents for instilling it in them and allowing us to work with them.
And it's personal for you because you got a senior on that team.
I do, and you know, it's without him, it'd be a big difference. You know, as far as just he you know, can't help but take some of me in there because I'm not a quitter and I'm going to play the best, and I love to compete against the best, and he has that same attitude. He understands it. You know, he looks forward to the challenge. He's not intimidated by anybody, and that's what we want to create. You know, my dad always said, you know, he puts his pants on like you do. Now, we go to work like you, you know, that sort of thing. All you can do is work hard. Work hard, you control that. And I think we're creating that attitude, not being intimidated by anybody. We have no means of walking out on the field worrying about what somebody's done in the past, you know, because we have, you know, faced that, and we just know what we've got to do to build the program to where we're going to compete daily, every Friday night or whatever, to beat and compete with those people and not be intimidated by a name according to their past or whatever. We got to match that.
You got 12 seniors or so on this team, and it'll be their final game of the season, of their career, but you're always recruiting, and you got a thing tomorrow night for even the younger kids to feel like they're a part of this Aggie program, because they are.
That's right. We contacted several of the coaches and kind of got the ball rolling. We wanted them to come through and feel the atmosphere, run through the run-through sign with the football team, be recognized, see what it is like from the field level. You know, so we really want a good crowd out there. Let the future know that, you know, we're going to invest a lot in them, and we need them to represent us well in Sylacauga and stay out there and play as many sports you can, and just you know, just love this place, show this place, you know, everybody around the state how good Sylacauga is.
You have been successful at other stops. You're successful here, although it's been a difficult year. Has it been frustrating to you?
It's frustrating for me for what the kids hear. I knew that of course, I mean, you lose the kind of athletes, the dynamic athletes we have. We probably haven't had one play. I know the one touchdown we scored, probably 40, 50 yards was a pass. You know, last year it was so easy. Yeah. Malik Pope made it easy for us. I mean,
and not many of them around, you know.
No, it's not. I mean, he's Division I running back right now, being redshirted, you know, and then Brayson Edwards, same way, he's up there with him. That's 2 Division I. There's a lot of kids that dream of that. You don't get that everywhere. I mean, you can go to all these schools and see how many Division I players they had last year. That's hard to replace. And that was their senior year, so you're trying to develop that again. But frustration is, you know, not the game, not the competition, not the record. Surely I want to win every game I play, but it's what those kids hear when things get tough, when they go home, out in the community, because it's so easy to sit there and go, you know, and we talk about it because I go, you know, if somebody had said something, I go, well, can they draw a play and tell me what technique that defensive guy is and what they're running in the secondary, what they're doing there, you know, those sort of things. The kids just laugh. You know, they know. Yeah. They know, coach, it's tough. You know, how do we get to where we can with these other teams. Get more numbers, number one, the recruiting part, and, off-season program really hitting it hard and working hard.
No doubt about it. Coach Rob Carter, the head football coach of the Sylacauga Aggies. Talk about Piedmont a little bit. They're ranked number 3 in the state in 3A. They're a perennial playoff team, won several state championships. We've talked about their quarterback, but they've got more than the quarterback.
Oh, yeah. He's just the headliner, but he's there for a reason. Offensive line's really good. Skilled players are just consistent. They do what's right. They've been instilled in them from an early age too. Like I said, Steve and we communicate regularly, and because we'd coached an all-star game together, he just got a really good mind, and it's those kids across the board line up correctly. They do the things right. They give you more effort than maybe possibly athletically they look like. They're playing for Piedmont, not for themselves. You can see they are representing Piedmont, and they're proud of it. And I'm sure we'll get a big crowd, but. Quarterback, we know. He can run it, throw it. He does what he has to do. That's what it amounts to. Running backs are just tough, hard-nosed kids. Kind of the old school look. They're gonna run over you. If they can't go around you, they're looking to run over you. Offensive linemen are just, they're gritty. They're digging in, running, driving the feet. Defensively, they got 2 linebackers to me that probably don't go. I don't know in the 3A world, but they're good. They're good linebackers. They're filling gaps hard. You better, when you turn up in a hole, you better be ready to get hit. That's offensive lineman. They're hitting whatever's in front of them. So, that's what team we're going to see. A team that's proud to represent Piedmont. Kids that are tough. A lot like Clay Central to me. That's what they remind me of. But, they're going to be fundamentally sound. They're ready to make a run into playoffs. So, they're going to come out and, whatever they've worked on for the last week or so, they're going to, do their best, and they're going to play hard. So
looking ahead at 2023, is your schedule the same? Oh, wow.
Exact same. We played 2 years in a row because when you doing
I feel
a contract,
like we played 6 years this year.
Yeah, it feels like it. It's been the year of the quarterback too. Every team we played has had a senior quarterback that was. That's what we've said. Every team has had a senior quarterback that was just a step better than most, and and that's the reason they're where they are. And we had to have experience for that. You had a 2-year quarterback here. We left it. We've tried a lot and got a lot to go into spring to say, hey, the competition's there. Here's what you got to do. Is what we need. But we got a lot returning. I think you saw the last game we played. Of course, we had a little fun with it. We had Ethan Pruitt playing receiver, and he's our kicker. And I think he really wants to play a position next year, and he's a really good athlete.
He's feeling it now.
Yeah, he is. And a 9th grader here, and another young kid, and then our whole offense was pretty much sophomores or juniors. Which was really good to look at. When you look across the board, you see, well, they got 7 seniors on that defense against us, and we're getting a lot of reps here. So that's a good thing to look forward to.
And it's senior night tomorrow night, the final game of the season for the Sylacauga Aggies hosting Piedmont. It is a safe annual ball drop night, and going to be a lot of people there at the stadium. You make sure you get your tickets and be a part of Aggie football. And Coach, always a pleasure to have you with us. Good luck tomorrow night against the Bulldogs.
Thanks, sir. Go Aggies.
All right. Coach Rob Carter, the head football coach of the Sylacauga Aggies, brought to you by Stop and Shop Auto Sales.